I was just a shadow in my own plan, counting dreams, holding books in my hand. Then you came crashing like a storm through my sky. Danger in your smile, but truth in your eyes. And I swore I'd never fall, but you made me break my walls. It started as a game, but my heart won't be the same. It's a dare to love, a risk I'm taking, a flame in the dark, a fire worth saving. I was safe, I was strong, but I needed something more. So I'm daring to love. You're the noise that keeps me wide awake.
The chants grew louder. Kiss him. Kiss him. Date him for 1 month. Ella, I beg, don't fall our hand. Ella sat frozen, her palms sweating, her heart hammering against her ribs. Every eye in the room was on her, some mocking, some pitying, most amused. And directly across, Mikel Williams watched her with that maddening smirk, the kind of look that said he already knew she was trapped. She wanted to run. She wanted to disappear into her books, her safe world of equations and diagrams. But she was here, in the circle, and the rules of truth or dare left no escape. You're scared, Mikel teased, leaning back on his elbows as if this was a game he had already won. I'm not, Ella snapped before she could stop herself. The circle howled with laughter. Then prove it, Mikel challenged. Pick one. Her throat went dry. A kiss. Impossible. Her first kiss was supposed to be special, not stolen in the middle of a party with everyone jeering. But a month of dating Mikel Williams. That was worse. He was reckless. Dangerous. The type of boy who played with girls' hearts and tossed them aside. Ella's mind raced. Which was the lesser evil? Time is going, someone shouted. If she doesn't choose, it means she's forfeiting. Forfeit equals double dare. The room erupted in agreement. Kayamika squeezed her arm. Ella, just kiss him and let it end. But the idea made Ella's stomach twist. Her lips on his. In front of all these people. No. Ella lifted her chin, surprising even herself with the steel in her voice. I'll date you for a month. The room exploded. Ew. Ella Johnson and Mikel Williams. This just no go end today. Michael's smirk widened, satisfaction gleaming in his eyes. He leaned forward slightly, voice low but audible over the chaos. Deal. Ella's world tilted. The rest of the night blurred. Everywhere she turned, whispers followed her. Some girls looked at her with envy, others with disdain. Boys clapped Mikel on the back as if he had just won a trophy. Ella wanted to vanish. She left the party earlier than Kayamika, slipping into the night with her heart heavy. Walking home, she replayed the moment again and again. Why hadn't she just kissed him? 1 second of embarrassment, and it would have been over. Now, she was trapped in an entire month of pretending to date the school's most notorious boy. Her mother, waiting at the door of their modest bungalow, didn't notice her distress. Welcome, Ella. How was the study group? Ella forced a smile. Fine, Mommy. She couldn't possibly tell her mother the truth. Monday morning arrived too quickly. As usual, Ella walked to school with her bag slung over one shoulder, mentally reciting physics formulas. She hoped the party drama had faded into oblivion over the weekend. But the moment she stepped into the school compound, she knew she was wrong. Students clustered in groups, whispering and pointing. There she is. Michael's new girlfriend. She know there they run this girl life now. I beg, how not queen catch bad boy? Ella quickened her steps, wishing she could crawl into her locker. But before she could escape, a familiar hand slid around her shoulders. The scent of cologne hit her. Warm, intoxicating. Mikel. Morning, babe, he drawled, loud enough for the entire corridor to hear. Gasps followed. Laughter too. Phones came out, snapping pictures. Ella stiffened. Don't call me that. Mikel leaned close, his breath brushing her ear. Remember the deal, Johnson? 1 month. You're mine. She turned to glare at him, but he only grinned wider. The arrogance in his eyes made her blood boil. Relax, he said smoothly. I'll make you famous. I don't want fame, she retorted. Too late. The rest of the day was torture. Mikel shadowed her everywhere, walking her to class, sitting beside her during lunch, even carrying her books at one point just to annoy her. Girls in the cafeteria stared daggers at Ella, while boys teased Mikel about finally catching the nerd. By closing time, Ella was exhausted. She found Kayamika by the school gate and groaned. This is a nightmare. Kayamika tried not to laugh. Honestly. You two look kind of cute. Cute. He's ruining my life. Kayamika shrugged. Or maybe changing it. Ella scowled. You're enjoying this too much. Of course. It's not every day bookworm Ella dates bad boy Mikel. It's not real. Ella protested. Kayamika only gave her a knowing smile. But the problem with pretending was that sometimes, people forgot it was just pretend. By the second week, Ella's routine was in shambles. She spent less time in the library because Mikel kept dragging her outside during breaks. He introduced her to his basketball team, his wild circle of friends, his world of noise and laughter and chaos. At first, she resisted. But slowly, against her will, she began to notice things. Like how Mikel's laughter, though loud, was contagious. How he could charm even the strictest teachers with a single grin. How, when he wasn't showing off, there was a strange sadness in his eyes, a shadow he quickly hid with jokes. One afternoon, sitting under a mango tree behind the sports field, Ella finally asked, "Why do you act like this?" Mikel glanced at her, feigning innocence. Like what? Like you don't care about anything. Like nothing matters. For a moment, his smile faltered. He looked away, tossing a stone across the grass. Maybe because it's true. Ella frowned. That's not an answer. Mikel didn't respond. Instead, he leaned back on his elbows, gazing at the sky. Careful, Johnson. Spend enough time with me, and you might start liking me. Ella scoffed. Impossible. But her heart betrayed her, thudding a little too fast. By the end of that second week, the school had fully embraced their so-called relationship. Rumors flew, jokes spread, and even some teachers seemed amused. Ella hated the attention. Yet a part of her, a very small, stubborn part, wondered if maybe, just maybe, there was more to Mikel than the reckless boy everyone saw. But she quickly reminded herself, this was temporary. 1 month. 30 days. Then she would be free again. Or so she thought. Because somewhere between the lies, the teasing, and the stolen moments under mango trees, the dare stopped feeling like a game. It started feeling dangerously real.
It's just a foolish game, but now nothing feels the same. It's a dare to love, a risk you're taking, a flame in the dark, a fire